This is Business and Economy Network.
Hello viewers, glad to know you're watching your program. Those of you watching us in faraway Abuja, Port Harcourt, Ilori, Kano, Kaduna, those of you watching us via the online channels, and those of you watching us outside the shores of Nigeria, I want to say thank you so very much for watching Business and Economy Network. My name still remains Peter Umoche. Now for the program rundown today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've told you severally how I want to start some new segments of the program. But for straight talk today, we have the Managing Director's Chief Executive Officer of Mona Products Limited, a company that is into manufacturing of edibles food in Lagos, Nigeria. And for Spotlight, we have the Executive Secretary of Nigeria Content Development and Monitoring Board. They are in Abuja, Bayelsa, and also in Lagos, but they are actually government agency responsible for local content for those in the oil and gas industry in Nigeria. Now, we also have the fashion stroke entertainment news, where this week we are going to be telling you, give you tips about fashion within Nigeria and within Africa. It's going to be an interesting watch. Relax yourself, brace up, and don't forget, your comment and your criticism will be welcome. Listen and be blessed. I'll be back after this amount.
In Nigeria, edible oil production and export traditionally contribute substantially to Nigerians' external reserve and agricultural GDP. Edible oil exports compose 15 to 20% of the country's total exports. In an attempt to grow and support government's bid to put a total stop to the importation of some agro-commodities, especially edible oils, into Nigeria, the Business and Economy Network crew had a chat with Mr. Monday Etuk-Udo, the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of one of Nigeria's top brand of vegetable oil called Adams Soybean Oil from Mona Products Limited. The firm and factory is situated in Lagos State, Nigeria. Mr. Monday is of the opinion that there shouldn't be a total stop, as there are some edible oil products not yet cultivated in Nigeria but consumed by Nigerians, like olive and sunflower, to mention a few.
Mona Products and other players in the industry have the ability to satisfy the quantity of vegetable oil that Nigerians need. However, I will not support total ban because there are different levels of oil. For instance, olive oil is not planted in Nigeria. Canola oil is not planted in Nigeria. Cotton seed and sunflower is neither here nor there. So we still leave up space for those level of consumers who will still want to go for olive oil, canola oil, or sunflower or cotton seed. The number of people that consume this level of oil is very small. It's less than 1% because they are very expensive. Olive oil is very expensive. One bottle of olive oil is about 3,000, 4,000 naira. So it is high-end consumers that consume that. So if you ban that totally, although they can pay for it, however you look at, they can pay for it, but I believe that those level of oil which is not grown in Nigeria can be allowed to enter, but they should pay a high import duties on it. It's rather unfortunate that the youth we have, they don't see opportunity in agriculture. I don't know whether it's orientation or it has to do with the way they perceive agriculture. Agriculture is a very high-paying industry, but a lot of the young people, because of probably because of the internet, that is, everything is just about laptop and computer now. So, but I know the government is trying to enlighten the youth on the opportunities available in agricultural industry. I just want to hope that they should take opportunity in it, because we still need people to go into the planting and harvesting of soybean. We still need farmers in the soybean, in the farming. We need people. It cannot be the main and permanent, but it's going to give us a large percentage in our GDP, because talk of the population, we have it. If you talk of other things like actually consuming the product and processing it and doing everything with it, we still have volume. It's going to give us a large percentage in our GDP. but it cannot be a main sustaining industry. It cannot be a main sustaining industry. We should have to develop other industries, particularly the IT industry, because a lot of companies, a lot of people are moving from the labor-intensive process of working to automated, but also we still need to develop this agriculture we're talking about to a higher level, applying technology. There's what other countries are doing. For instance, Israel, they are doing what is called precision agriculture, where they have an IT company or a drone that is monitoring the life of the crops that they plant. The drone would supply data to the database on each of the plants. Which one needs fertilizer, which one needs water, which one needs nutrients, whatever the plant needs. So the drone will be able to apply data. So the farmers know exactly which crop is not doing well. So he goes to the crop, apply fertilizer, apply some other things that will make, so the harvest there is huge. So the youth can also come there, because a lot of them are very good in this IT, so they can develop the software with the help of government. The financial institutions are not very supportive. There are very few companies, very few banks that are SME friendly. There are very few banks that can say that understands the financing of agricultural and agricultural process company. There are very few. A lot of them would proud themselves, they support SME, they work with agricultural company, farmers and processing companies, but then when it comes to the nitty-gritty of it, you still some lagging behind. But I want to say that government intervention funds, like the one that BOI, Development Bank, that the government has brought in, the interest rate is very manageable, and they are willing to listen to you. So those are, but the conventional commercial banks are not very, very friendly. The technical thing is agriculture is very, it has gestation period where you plant, where you harvest, and in between that, how do you now service the loan? So that is why the BOI loan tend to be a bit friendly, because they give you moratorium of a certain period. So it allows you to plant and harvest before you start servicing the loan. So the intervention funds are the best, but the commercial banks are neither here nor there.
Local content is usually the added value brought to a country looking at national, local, and community area through the activities of the oil and gas industry. A country's economy is progressive and sustainable if its economic essentials are strong and well managed. This and lots more is the drive of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, headed by Engineer N.C.D.M.B Wabote, an expert of repute that has brought lots of reforms and achievements to the board in his tenure as Executive Secretary. Latest with the board is the construction of its headquarters, as well as the Bayelsa Oil Gas Park, being constructed by an indigenous firm, Megastar Technical Construction Limited, with a 17-story building, 1,000-seater auditorium, 4 layers car park, and a conference center of excellence.
Yeah, I think the Megastar, it's an indigenous construction company. Before my time, they won the contract to build the head office of N.C.D.M.B in Bayelsa, which is a 17-story edifice, a 1,000-seater auditorium, and a 4-level car park. It's a smart building with all kind of technology associated with it, where the lights goes off if there is nobody in the office. Even the parking lot, before you drive in, you know how many spaces are there so that you don't keep roving around. Also, the conference center, I think it's the best in the south of the Niger that I have seen. And this is the feedback from people who participated in the conference we organized in April, because that's ready. The internal is ready, but it's the external works that is being done. So Megastar did that. If you get into those buildings, you will think it's being done by a multinational construction outfit. So then we also tendered the construction of the park and went through the due process, and they also won some of the activities within the park, given their quality of work, their delivery capability, and the rest of it all. We're very confident that they will also deliver on that. Like I said, 2021 first quarter, we are looking at completing the project. Currently, we've done the fencing, we've done the sand filling. We are doing the roads, internal roads, as well as some of the buildings within the park itself. The other bit about building a park is powering it. We are also building, in conjunction with Nigerian Energy Oil Company, we are building a power plant that will power the park as well as our head office building. As I speak to you, by October, we are going to commission the power plant. That's how far we have gone. So thinking about the power associated with the park before we got into it means that we have a very clear plan in achieving it. So that will be ready. Same thing with the one in Calabar that we're building. The two of them as pilot. The whole idea behind the mini industrial park is to be able to incubate manufacturing facilities or manufacturing companies within the park for the oil and gas sector and its auxiliary services. We thought of this as a way of strategically positioning ourselves to take advantage, if you like, of the African Free Trade Zone Agreement, free trade agreement that has been signed. Because if we don't prepare ourselves, other smaller African countries will take advantage of it. So this is the time to work for it. So I think we are ahead of the curve in terms of wanting to do that. And we're also partnering with some of the state governments that are serious about industrialization and creation of this industrial park. For instance, Edo State and also Imo State that have approached us. I haven't seen what we have achieved so far. I think it's not because I'm from there. In fact, it becomes a lot more hostile when you're from there. But I think it's the respect that I have for my stakeholders, being communities being one of them, that I create access. I'm one of those that you can access any way you can. I create that access, I provide a listening ear, I engage. And above all, I communicate every plan of N.C.D.M.B in a very transparent manner. I create town hall sessions, both for my staff and for the community, to ask questions, to clarify on issues. Because the truth is, most of this misunderstanding thus arise when you don't communicate and people don't know what is going on. They fill the voids with all manner of rumors and all manner of stories. So I think it's respect for the people, accessibility, and ability to communicate in a transparent manner to them. That to a large extent have helped. Not that it is not challenging, it is, but at least those are some of the traits and some of the things that I learned that have been helping.
Hi Hi guys, welcome to African Fashion TV News. I'm your host, Ella Larry.
And I'm Hope Lauren.
On today's news, Burberry features a Ghanaian male model named Maxwell Anna in its autumn-winter campaign with Gigi Hadid.
A big congratulations to Burberry for finally including a Ghanaian black model. I mean, I'm impressed that Africa is finally getting the recognition we deserve when it comes to the global map.
Definitely. And the interesting part of it is the Burberry Chief Creative Officer named Ricardo Teacher teamed up with different photographers like Nick Knight, Danko Steiner, by the shot that was taken by the sea with Gigi Hadid and others. Look at this.
I'm impressed with all the names you're calling, but the one person I can see is Ano, the Ghanaian black model. No, think about it. They have come down to Ghana.
Definitely.
And eventually, little by little, they gradually slip into the country, Nigeria. And what am I doing if not becoming a model, you know?
You know, us becoming a model.
We've talked about this. I'm the one who's supposed to go for the modeling thing.
Nah, it doesn't work like that.
Oh, we'll talk about collaborations. H&M is also in the business of collaborating, as this time they have debuted history with the collaboration of a South African designer, Palesa Mokumbong. This is the pretty lady I am talking about.
Definitely. It's high time H&M finally comes down to Africa, don't you think so?
I think so. I mean, what's the idea of opening stores around Africa if you cannot recognize one of our very own Palesa? Now, you know, with the whole award thing, she said like, it was like the whole world is just catching up to the fact that Africans are the cool guys now.
I know, right? It's high time. It's a good thing that a South African finally came up with this idea, and we all came up with the fact that we have to be African to actually show the internationals what we're made of.
And there's no better way than to support your own brand.
Well, speaking of Africa, a fashion filmmaker, Nigerian to be precise, Dafe Oboro, teams up with Vlisco and Co. and tells a beautiful story named A Beautiful Struggle. Show the beauty of his grind in his home city.
Wow, a fashion film finally. This is long awaited, long overdue. I am impressed with the fact that fashion and movie is collaborating to bring out a piece that can be able to preach to us.
Definitely.
I am happy about this. This is a project that I've looked forward to.
Unless I forget, we have to talk about the designers in this movie.
Okay.
The designers are Papa Oyeyemi and Abiola Olushola. Don't you see how beautiful this is, though?
I mean, look at the clothing, look at the detailing, look at the flower design.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. And look at her hand, she's shading from the sun and all
pose is
that.
awesome.
You know, people have the stereotype that Lagos is actually a city that moves very fast.
Oh, well, it is, though.
But the truth is you can actually thrive even with the fastness in Lagos, which is why he called it the hustle and bustle of Lagos, a beautiful struggle.
Such a beautiful thing.
Such a beautiful thing. All right, guys, we'll go on a break, and when we come back, trust we're not done yet. There's a lot of juicy segments for your listening pleasure. This is the African Fashion TV News. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back from that beautiful break. Now, talking about the movie that we just talked about, the fashion film, and something else caught my attention.
What is it?
I wanted to tell you this before, but forgive me that I'm laughing. You know, now look at the screen. Look at the screen.
All right.
When you look at the screen, everything is perfect.
Sure, though.
Perfect up until the point where you see guy, your code in capital letter, Zobo here.
That is attractive. Did you ever drink Zobo?
That is the African champagne. Hello. No. Nobody jokes with Zobo. I think it is cheap, but it is detailed. It is rich.
These days in school, we're getting 10 naira, if I'm not mistaken.
I know that's too cheap. That's too cheap.
No, actually, it was 10 naira.
Those days in which school? When did you finish school? It was 15 naira. The lowest has been 15 naira.
I'm heartbroken.
Please. Now, the wait is over because the classic man has returned to the music scene. You know, it's been quite some time we've missed Chidena.
Yeah. Oh. They heard though.
I see you admiring him. This time he comes back with a bang, an album, 85 to Africa.
Finally, it's high time he comes back home.
Now, this is just not a regular album. It's something that is a message for Africa. It's something that you can take as a message and give to the world that Africa is redefined. 85 to Africa is an album that goes beyond the goals and combining it with a sense of fashion and elegance. I mean,
you know, one thing I really love about Jidena is the fact that no matter where he is, international, local, he always states the fact that he's Nigerian and he tells people about it. I mean, and he keeps saying Nigerians are smart. I think I heard that some time ago.
My brother, Wakanda.
Okay, noted. Speaking of Wakanda, Melanin Black, well, we have the annual Black Girls Rock Award that was held last Sunday at New Jersey Performing Arts Center, and many more of our favorites stepped out in colorful and trendy looks that left us inspired.
Now, you see, the thing is, I actually love black girls. I love them so much. But then I have just a tiny problem.
Of course.
Initially, it was I am black and I am proud.
Definitely.
Now you guys moved a little bit, and then you said it was melanin. So I actually felt melanin was a shade of black. Then it turned out melanin was actually black.
Yes, of course.
That is until Beyonce and Wizkid happened.
Brown skin girl. My skin just like pearl, you know, like.
So my problem is, which are you? Are you black, melanin, or brown skin?
Oh, I'm brown skin. I'm
You're not black.
melanin. I'm black. I'm all of them. Call me what you want.
So what if I call you brown skin, melanin, black girl?
And that will be you insane.
This is Business and Economy Network.
You cannot run away from the shadow. Yes. Oh, yeah. Stop there. Huh? Where do you think you're going? Huh? Like I told you, I am your shadow. Pay me my money. Sorry, landlord, I'll pay you your money. No, I want it for me. So I want it.
Are you not tired of being a tenant? At Revolution Plus, we offer affordable housing in our 29 estates across Nigeria. Contact us now on +234 906 000 0991 or visit www.revolutionplusproperty.com. Revolution Plus Property, affordable house.
Well, via this time will permit us on our program today. Anything that has a beginning definitely must come to an end. I want to say a big thank you to all our viewers, wherever you are around the world and within Nigeria. I want to say a big thank you so very much. But did you took out time to listen to what the CEOs and the ES also said? What about the fashion news? Well, the fashion segment has come to stay. We are looking at fashion and entertainment. We'll be bringing in experts and also news about fashion around Nigeria, Africa, and around the world. We even intend bringing musicians. Let them tell us the business aspect of their music and all that. So it's going to be an interesting one. Please keep a date with us next week, God willing. Stay blessed.